Hey jewelry class, this is Mrs. Gardner and this is your art binder review. Your art binder's worth 100 points when you come back, and so bring it back with you that very first day we return. And so we're just going to go through what's required for this. And it's 100 points each 9 weeks, so that's a lot. Okay, let me see. Before we look at the front, the very back has the goals checklist for the art binder. And it has a checklist you should go through, make sure you read it. May have a couple things you had forgotten about. I'm not worried about you filling out this top chart for this particular rubric. I will put your grade right here. And but do go ahead and put your name and class right there. So this should always be in the very, very back, all right? Now let's go ahead and skip to the front though. Okay, on the spine you should have what class this is, so either period 7 or jewelry is descriptive enough, and then of course your name on the spine. And then again on the front, your name and the class label. So if you have jewelry here, that's fine, or period 7, that's fine too, either way. And of course there's my name. You should have decoration. Now this is just a printed photograph that I pulled off the internet and just kind of used a Word document. But you can use markers, stickers, whatever you want to, or draw something. But something besides just what the binder looked like when you first bought it. So be creative with that and use whatever materials you want for that, okay? And when we open it up, we should see your jewelry syllabus right here. And then a special paper I had given you right before we went to e-learning is the e-learning expectations right here. So that can either be right on top of the syllabus or off to the side, still in the front though, like this. So this would be ideal. Timelines on the back. Don't forget, you should, if you want full credit, have a mechanical pencil, either paper clipped on the ring or tucked in a pocket, but it needs to be in there. And I'll grade these. I'll probably start grading them on Tuesday after we're back, and you may have a graded rubric to put back in here. So it'll go on the first 9 weeks. Let's see. And we have 2 tab dividers. One says notes, one says rubrics. So let me get to the back of the notes section. I like to have my notes, old ones in the back of the notes section, and then kind of work my way up. It's okay if you do it just the opposite, as long as they're in order. Some people like to go 1, 2, 3 and all that, and go that direction, as long as it's organized. Now, our first unit was in resin, and so all your resin things should be grouped together. Now, remember, for our class, since we don't have an actual textbook, I'm pulling from different resources, and we have very few notes because I usually just type them out or something. And so, let's see, any kind of resin vocabulary, resin handout readings that we had, I'm going to kind of, looks like I got 1, 2, 3 of those. And resin tests, we might have taken that online. Some of the things we might have done online early on, but other than that, have the hard copies in here. Let's see. And then after resin, we went into leather as a unit, and we did have 2 notes for leather, so make sure you have those. And then we had our first handout on leather craft. Then we had a second notes, more leather, different vocabulary words. Then we had a big handout here. Let me kind of flip through that one. Get to the bottom of that one. Okay. And we had our leather test, which I held off on that, and we did that on Schoology when we went to e-learning just recently. Now, I also gave you a hard copy, so do put that in there, even though it's probably blank, because most of you did it on Schoology. If you couldn't do it on Schoology, it was okay to do this hard copy. I'll just have to grade it when you come back. But have it one way or the other right at the end of your readings for leather. And let's see, after leather, we're currently on polymer clay. So we had a polymer clay handout there, and then our third notes, we wrote polymer clay vocabulary, so make sure you write that out yourself to get credit for it. And then we had another handout that went with that. Okay, you don't have this sheet, by the way. That's extra. And then here's a third polymer clay handout. So the first and second one, I kind of just split it up, it looks like. And then here's a fourth one. So those 2 are very short. Now we're going to hold off on the test and just wait until we come back for that. Let's see, on rubric section, let's see, let me flip all the way back to the back again. Remember our first one, there's the images on the back, and then captured in resin, that's our first rubric that should be in your binder graded, okay? And then, let's see, then we have our leather. Now that I need to be grading, so I'll probably get that back to you hopefully on Monday. So that would go next. And then I did give you the new rubric checklist, polymer clay I, which is what we're currently working on, or you should be working on with the clay you took home. So that'll look like this, just ungraded, but should still be in order. And that's as far as we've got. So that's basically it. Remember, it's 100 points, so it's worth a lot. Just have it all ready and bring it back that very first day. See you guys.